Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Jared from Two Lands. All right, so Happy New Year. I wanted to briefly talk about, or actually maybe not so briefly, because this video might be a little longer than some. But people have been asking me kind of a couple of questions. Number one, what's your general outlook on market conditions in the short term, and how does that affect Two Lands, and when is Two Lands going to launch? So I figured I'd just talk about a little bit of our mindsets. Regarding the general economy and really socioeconomic growth around the globe, I think it's going to be a little bit more of the same for perhaps the first and second quarter. So Jerome Powell and the Fed, in December they dropped it to 50 basis points, which was great, which was a nod to the fact that at least it's moving in the right direction. But it's not over. It's far from over. In fact, what's it at, 7%, and they want it to be at like 2 or 3%. So, they've hinted at it's still a long way to go. They're concerned, quite frankly, that all this inflation in 2023 is going to lead to, basically job loss, up to 1 million job losses in America alone, and that, with these inflation fears coupled with that, it could lead to a recession. But they're hinting that at least it's moving in the right direction. So what does that mean? Well, we know that there's a couple more Fed meetings, right? In the, one at the end of January, I believe, and then, end of February, March. So that said, I think we're still going to be in this sideways trading, not only in crypto, but the general equity markets as well, while we try to figure out, how that's going to move the needle. So I'm thinking if, again, they don't bump it back to 75 and keep it at 50, I think it reinforces, the sentiment that we're moving in the right direction and this is just the new normal for a while until we get inflation under control. And that's just in that regards. That has nothing to do with, the war in Ukraine and all the other stuff externally that's going on around the globe. But just here at home, I feel like that's going to help dictate investors' confidence short term between quarter one and quarter two. How that is applied to Two Lands is quite simply, it's been a waiting game. We are being very litigious and pragmatic. There's no point to launch a token in this market. It's just there's no excitement, and when there's no excitement, there's going to be there's going to be no volume. People are going to be for those that would want to invest significant amounts, they're going to be more cautious. So for us, it's actually been a blessing in disguise in a lot of ways, because on various fronts, in that we've had time to really kind of not take a step back, but reevaluate what we're bringing to market and how the utility is going to affect our token, adding real use case right out of the gate. So it's really bought us some time to focus on fundamentals, but more, even more importantly, just the back end side of everything, and bringing, for instance, we've been working on this new NFT, gaming ecosystem now that's we're going to have ready at launch. And man, 6 months ago, it wasn't even a thought. And it's going to add tremendous value to the project. So, from a use case and utility, investors are going to be excited when that comes to market, because they're actually going to be able to do something with our token, right out of the gate immediately. And I can't wait to share these with you. We're looking at, I think we already have like 300 NFTs ready to go, and we're going to pick the best of the best. And this new trivia game that's hopefully going to get to the app store as well with it, and it's all incorporated. And I'll have to get Zach on here; he can explain it in better detail. He's really been flagshipping that, but it's quite impressive, and we're really excited about it. Some of the other things is the relationships we've built. Now we've been working with Kryptonite Marketing for a couple of months, and they're locked and loaded and ready to go. And they've added some insight and some, and quite frankly, significant help from the NFT front. And through them, there's been relationships developed. And Tony from Moonbound Consulting, who was the CEO and founder of Microbets, and how he had taken that, his project to a $220 million market cap, and had 70,000 investors in as little as 3 weeks when he launched his project, is now essentially a team member, and we meet with him 3 times a week. So, and he's been helping us guide this and steer the ship and make some decisions that, you know, he had to learn from mistakes along the way, so we could avoid those mistakes and be, and you know, have a better foot forward as we, you know, well, quite frankly, he's done this before, so he knows what to look for and what to avoid. So we're extremely fortunate, more than most, frankly, in this space, that are just trying to figure it out along the way. Because a lot of tokens, when they launch, and it's actually starting to rain, so I think I'm going to take my sunglasses off. So if it's getting a little louder here because of the rain, I apologize. But frankly, just simply having him on the team has been a tremendous asset where others don't simply have that. And so we're grateful and fortunate at that. So, and we've been working on, you know, building and developing relationships with other projects that perhaps we can form some strategic partnerships with. You know, we're going to be bringing out a new pitch deck in the next few weeks, a new light paper, a new white paper, and we're going to rebrand and redesign our website. All these things, you know, we're going to take it up a notch. And I think it's going to, you know, put us in a better position when the market turns around and there's some more confidence. So, like I said, it's been bittersweet not being able to launch, but there was no point to. And we're going to take our time because, you know, we're not going to sacrifice the integrity of this project just to get to market. It doesn't make sense. So, you know, we don't need to launch tomorrow like a lot of projects do. So we're going to make sure we have something that is just incredible for investors to get them excited for when the time is right. We're going to keep building more and more and more on this back end. And, you know, in the next 2-3 months, I think we'll be, well, I'll know we'll be ready to go. But if the timing's right, well, then we're going. It's just as simple as that. And, you know, as far as launch pads, we still haven't made a decision. But, you know, there's been, you know, some connections made with a lot of the larger launch pads as well. So we're going to take everything and we're going to evaluate everything, and we're going to see what fits this project based on the timing, based on our ecosystem, based on our smaller hard caps, and based on everything else that just from a liquidity standpoint that we need to consider that's going to, you know, do right by this project and all our investors. So that's all I have for now. Stay tuned for more. I'll keep, you know, giving you updates on a daily basis, not just about this project, but other projects. In fact, I'm very impressed with a new project called Grove Token. They're actually migrating into called the Grove coin in the next 2 days. So you should get over there and give them a look. I think you'll be impressed with what they're doing. It's another high mission project that I really like, and I think are going to do great things. So we'll catch up soon. I hope you're well. Happy New Year. You know, I hope to speak to you soon, and you'll be seeing more of me as usual. Talk soon. Be well.